Danica DeGiorgio joins us. Danica, it's a big relief for tourism operators.
It is, particularly for regional New South Wales. As we know, the state has struggled through drought and is continuing to struggle through it. But also we've seen the worst bushfire season on record, and now with the pandemic. So welcome news that regional travel is allowed from June the 1st. I've been here in Tamworth for the last couple of hours speaking to a number of business owners and locals. And one hotel owner told me that in the first few weeks of the shutdown, he lost over $1 million worth of bookings. Now, for a small regional centre, that is massive, and for a hotel that would ordinarily run on 85% capacity. Now, Tamworth really does rely on tourism. As we know, it is the home of country music. Millions of people come here every year for the Country Music Festival, but also it is very heavily reliant on regional travel for its industries, including manufacturing. Now, when the New South Wales Premier made the announcement this morning, she is still urging caution, making sure that people socially distance, and says that while travel will be allowed, it will be very different.
The holiday you'll be taking from 1 June in the COVID-safe environment will be different from a holiday you've taken before. Please take extra care in planning ahead, booking online, and making sure that you keep away from large crowds and protect your friends and your family as you're holidaying. We want people to enjoy themselves, to feel free, but at the same time, please know that nothing we do is the same during a pandemic.
So a different sort of holiday, but certainly a welcome injection for some life into the economy, which obviously has been a lot slower over the last few months. Walking down the main street in Tamworth, a number of the bigger pubs are still closed. Simply, it is not viable for them to open with the 10 patron limit, but many are hopeful that as the New South Wales government eventually rolls into phase 2 of the National Cabinet guidelines, allowing 20 people at a time, that will certainly make a big difference. Of course, we know that pubs really are the heart and soul of all regional economies. A number of businesses, though, have slowly been able to reopen over the last week, still not in a full-time capacity, some starting later and finishing earlier, but many are hoping that with children going back to school next week, that will increase trade. And then from the following week, Kieran, of course, a bit more optimism with that regional travel allowed.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Thank you, Danica. Appreciate it.